Okay, what's up, guys? Trying to make sure everything. Some technical difficulties. Always a busy morning. I guess I can stop saying that because it's just kind of like it's like a given at this point. Um, yeah, today's stream is gonna be a little bit more chill, so you probably get a lot of more questions asked, as I've already been saying in the Patreon. Hold on just a minute. I'm still here, but um, all right, let's see. Maybe that'll work better. But yeah, as I was saying in the Patreon, I'm pretty sure um, there's some crypto news out there. I didn't get a chance to get as much this morning, kind of like yesterday. As y'all see, as the market moves faster and faster, you kind of got to move faster with it. Not to mention, I got so many other things that I'm trying to take care of that I won't talk about right now in life that we all run across. So just really trying to get a lot of stuff done this morning. But as I said, on in Twitter or wherever you look, everybody's really just trying to be the prediction god to say, that they got it right, and I told you that my prediction's right. Whether it's a prediction of Bitcoin going to 45K, or whether it's Bitcoin going to 85,000, everybody's trying to get their predictions in, and they're just hoping they get it right because when you do stuff like that, no, I mean, people remember the wrong predictions, but they're more so going to highlight, like, see, I was right, and there's going to be this big thing. Like, I guess everybody's trying to get their own movie made, like The Big Short. So really, I mean, there's some crypto news out there. I'm digging for some right now to see some other stuff that's going on. To always trying to make sure I'm getting you guys the good stuff. But I do want to make a couple of points in just a minute. Um, yeah, that doesn't matter. That doesn't really matter. I'll dig through this in a minute. But let me say this one thing first. This is probably one of the most important things I'm gonna say um, today as I'm trying to pull it up in my notes as I restarted the computer. Um, Let me say this. I'm trying to not be long-winded about this. It's a very important point. I keep saying this, and I've seen it a lot today. But let me reiterate and say it another way. When you see big influencers, that's from Twitter to YouTube. Um, some of y'all probably not on crypto Reddit. I don't know, but on any of these platforms where there's a source of crypto community or social media, whatever you want to call it. Let me try to say it exactly as I wrote it to keep it short and to the point. When you see these big influencers, you have to realize a lot of them are traders. And I'm about to give you some examples so you can see yourself today. A lot of them are traders, all right? So when you see them, this is the statement. When you see these big influencers and people with power or a big following in crypto, when you see them saying Bitcoin can go to 50K or 40K, which is ridiculous, but if you see them saying Bitcoin could go to 50K, they do not believe, nor are they hoping that it goes to 50K. What they are hoping is by scaring their big following by saying that it can go to 50K, they are actually hoping that it goes to 65, maybe 64K, so their short can get filled. These are traders, y'all. Y'all got to realize that they are just trying to trade it. So they have to overshoot and scare you to say it's going to 50K. So then maybe they have a big enough following to make Bitcoin drop $1,000 or two or maybe $3,000 because they're shorting. They short and they long the market. These are traders. These are not investors. I keep trying to reiterate this to you guys. And I said all the times, I really don't care who thinks like, oh, this is boring or whatever. I know what makes money in this market. I've been through multiple cycles. Somebody tried to put a stupid comment on my thing yesterday. I don't think people realize how much this and stuff doesn't phase me. And I'll say it once again. If you come on this channel trying to say something you think is going to make me discouraged or whatever, I don't give a crap about building a YouTube channel. I don't care. I don't give a crap about being a YouTuber. I am not trying to be a YouTuber. I'm much more successful than most YouTubers. I'm on TV, film. I have multiple businesses. So by saying some little comment on my YouTube page and think you're going to be, oh, I'm going to get offended and skip, bro. I do not care. So what I am trying to do is help people have the right mindset to make money in the market. And to have the success that I have in life, most people wouldn't even be thinking I'm doing this. I actually told one of my friends yesterday, came over. We were doing some business stuff, and he was like, "Yeah, man, you probably can help a lot of people on YouTube." And I was like, "Yeah, I started a YouTube channel to help people, and this is just an avenue to talk to people every day, or talk to people. I'm not trying to build a YouTube channel. I'll close this thing down as soon as I'm done with all this." Um, but yeah, so once again, like I said, I'll reiterate and give praises to where they're due. Um, Even though I'm good with, I went to school to be an actuary, and all this finance stuff or whatever, and I didn't go into it, and that's a whole nother story. So I felt like, when I came into the market, I felt like, I know numbers, I know markets, finance, blah blah, whatever, whatever, whatever. Um, but one of the people that helped me the most in crypto, and I'll say it again, is actually is George from Cryptos R Us. And a lot of people, even if they if you if you follow crypto, most people say they think George is boring. George is always a they always say he's always bullish, he's always over bullish. um and a lot of people say, oh, his channel's boring, I'm trying to go where the alpha is or whatever. George is pretty repetitive. uh but one of the things he taught me, when you come from traditional finance and you used to trade in stocks or whatever, all this stuff, he kept saying the people that make the most money um, are the ones that hold. So that's not even like my Lorenzo thing. Like I did get that from George, and like I said yesterday, I did mess up. I held last cycle, but some of them I did trade, and was thinking I was being smart or whatever. But at the end of, you don't know until you're finished with the cycle that, oh, like that was important. I'm glad I held on to that. Even somebody in the group was saying like, oh, this meme coin I was holding, it wasn't moving, and then I sold it, and then it took off. I think they got in. I think you said you got in at 150, and then it went to 95 million or something like that. That's the stuff. That's the boring perspective that makes you money. It's not the, ooh, look what microcap I found. So I repeat this stuff every day because there's new people coming to the channel. People need to be reminded. You need to, sometimes you just need to hear it over and over. Actually, I'm looking at an article right now, which I don't think is that big, but I'll just say it. But a lot of people have been talking about it. But it says trader. I don't even know what token it is, to be honest. But it said trader fumbles 1 million bag after selling Solana meme coin early. It's just, is this, oh, is it boring? It's boring to you? That's fine. But it's the perspective you need, because I keep saying, yeah, some of you haven't been through multiple cycles. So you have been taught that, yeah, let me go where they talk about microcaps. For one, we have a lot of microcaps and stuff in the group. Like I said, stuff we made 20, 30, 50, 60 X's on or whatever. And we're still shooting for more than that. Hopefully some of these can go to 300X. Some of the other ones we're waiting for 50 X's and 100 X's or whatever. And that's cool. But for the people that think they're going to come on my channel and say stuff like that because you think I don't have nothing to prove to anybody. No one. I'm not going to come on the channel to show that I picked the pick, first, or telling all the picks that we're in, because yeah, I'm try that reverse psychology with somebody else, because that's for weak-minded people, and I'm not a weak-minded person. So it doesn't matter how boring people think. This is the stuff I'm saying. Like, this person could have had $1 million if they just, and it's not even to say it's a meme coin. That's with any token. You just have to find one that you have conviction in and just chill. Sometimes that sucker is going to sit there for a long time. I mentioned one the other day that I had been holding. This is March now. So this is March. I had been holding it. Yeah, it's been 6 months now. I was holding it, and it didn't move really at all. And then all of a sudden, it did 180x. You know what I mean? So, and that's, I think I showed some people in the group that. So that's not, people come on YouTube and just saying all kinds of trash. Like, I was the one that talked about it first. I got in early. I've showed people proof in the group of the one I'm talking about. So yeah, I don't just come on here talking, but it's very important. It's gonna be the most important lesson, because you're gonna see all the stuff flying. Oh, this new coin drop, this new meme token drop. Even the stuff that like I said, the stuff that I was bullish on, I knew it was coming out for 6 months, some of them a year, and I just decided not to buy into them because they launched too high or whatever. So yeah, this is all the important stuff that you guys need to be hearing about. I got a couple. Well, let me show you. Let me show you some examples too. So I always try to show examples. Let's not do that one yet, because that's the same. So let me show you this one, Crypto Face, which I haven't, man, I haven't even seen or heard of Crypto Face since last cycle. But anyway, he said he lost 400K. You can go long now. They effing target me. They effing targeted me. No coincidence. It goes to the dollar what my liquidation would be. I got out before it liquidated, but I'm done trading on these exchanges. They do their own market making. This isn't the first effing time. You can go long now, and this is what I'm just saying on every day on the channel. Don't try to leverage trade if you don't know what you're doing in crypto. Face, I think he makes decent enough money trading and stuff. So, he talks about this loss, but he's had some big wins as well. But this just shows it's the person who's usually successful at doing this lost a lot of money. And y'all gonna have the itch. You're gonna have the itch to start gambling on meme coins and leverage. And like I keep saying, I don't care who thinks it's boring. Don't watch the channel. I don't care. Listen, I don't understand. I don't care about views. I don't care about growing the channel. I don't care about reaching a certain subscriber number. I'm just here to reiterate the stuff that people need to hear. And so this happened. Lost half a million dollars here, trying to leverage trade and stuff. I do have some stuff on the side. I have some notes over here that I'm sorry, y'all didn't get a chance to pull up all the articles to talk about some of this stuff and to give you the visual um, to look at on here. But I will reiterate because this is coming tomorrow. Let me see if I can pull this up somewhere, even though I don't have an actual like article. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. My stuff always being weird. So yeah, we're still sitting in this range. Oh well, now we're actually not sitting because Bitcoin started retracing. So let's look at the 7 day on Arbitrum. Oh sorry, I didn't pull it up yet. I'm sorry, y'all. So we're looking at the 7 day on Arbitrum. So it was around $2.25, and it's trickling down because of the Bitcoin did start a little retracement, so it's at $1.89 now. Like I said, I usually don't try to talk about and scare people out of this kind of stuff when you're talking about token unlocks because sometimes it's not even worth it. Sometimes it gets bought up. Even now, I see like Arbitrum is trying to inch back up, but like I said, there is that big unlock coming. That was when sorry, I didn't update it, but when I looked at it, it was 80% of the market cap. So it's a pretty big portion. And on that day, it equaled about $2.4 billion. And right now, Arbitrum is only at $2.4 billion. So tomorrow the unlock happens. I don't know if it's early morning, if it's late or not. Maybe it has an effect, maybe it doesn't. But I just try to bring this to you guys' attention, so you know what's going on in the market and can be at least you can have the information to decide what you want to do. Do I have a direct take on what to do here? I'm gonna be honest, I really don't. But oh, I forgot about this one too. um I wonder what that's going to launch at. Anyway, but yeah, just something to take into consideration because you never know what could happen. um I should have definitely pulled that up, but I'll get to that later. But anyway, so on the 18th, we also have the NVIDIA conference coming. Like I said, if you have some AI plays that you're in, that's cool. I'm not the type to go and try to run and find an AI play. What I will say about, and I said this the other day, a lot of them are already starting to retrace. Y'all got to understand if you're new, if you're old, and if you've been in the cycle and in crypto, you know this. But for the new people, there's this thing called buy the rumor, sell the news. So some of the AI coins are already selling off, and a lot of people were selling these to you as long term holds. And I saw somebody in the group saying, "Dang, I was up on this AI play. Maybe I should have sold out of." It's buy the rumor, sell the news. The conference hasn't even gotten here yet, but smart people know if they know there's a buy the rumor, sell the news, they're not the type of the people to wait until the news arrives. They're going to start pulling out early. So a lot of these AI plays ran for no reason. Some of them, I'm just being honest, are straight garbage. And so you should maybe if you did the trade, you should have took the trade and got on out and not let people convince you that some of these are long-term holds. Anybody can be a genius when they're chasing a narrative and saying, "Oh, AI conference is coming up. I'm gonna just give my group AI plays and whatever. Then we're gonna make money." I'm not trying to do that with my group, and if you're upset about that, it's whatever. I'm trying to get you stuff that you can hold the entirety of the cycle that the money's going to flow to, and we're trying to be early before the narrative is running. We're not jumping on narratives. The gaming conference is also coming up. I don't have any graphic for that, but it's coming up on the 18th as well. And so gaming could get a pump from that. But like I said with gaming, I do believe it's a thing like it doesn't die. Like nobody's like bullish on PlayStation one day and not bullish the next. Like once people know about this hot game or whatever, usually it does kind of stay. But people will buy the room, sell the news on that as well. Don't get me wrong. But I'm waiting to see what kind of news comes out of the gaming conference. I look Today is an interesting stream because I don't have many news stories or articles. I have a few notes over here. I'm gonna come back to this side. Let me go back over here though. So once again, y'all, once again, listen. I said so. This is a person that people respect in this space, and I'm gonna be honest, I do have some respect from them as well. But they're saying Bitcoin will officially enter the danger zone, orange, where the historical pre-halving retraces have begun. This is okay. I want to read no, let me read the rest and then I'll say what I want to say. Historically, Bitcoin has performed pre-halving retraces 14 to 28 days before the halving. In 2020, the retrace was 20%. In 2016, the retrace was 40%. So I think stuff like this can tend to be a self-fulfilling prophecy, and that's why it happens. I'm of the belief that 2016, I just really feel like it was like something that kind of happened. Like, you know what I mean? 2020, I feel like they made it happen. We all know what happened in 2020. But what I will say is, you have people that are going to be preaching this really hard to you. It's up to you. You do not have to listen to me. It's not financial advice. I'm not the only source of information. You will have a lot of people talking about this pre-having dip, and but the thing is, everybody said it was going to be early March, and then they're still trying to be right because we're in the month of March, and if you remember, I remember like it was yesterday because I had a lot of stuff that got ruined for me on today's date, March 15th, 2020. We had a lot of big stuff that was about to go on for us, and then it all got canceled because this is when people really was like, hey, this thing to see, what number thing is about to really get crazy. A lot of people was canceling stuff and just went dumb crazy. So um a lot of people are going to be saying this, but like I said, if you got in at a good entry in a project that you're in and you're bullish on it, then you should, just chill. If it retraces, buy more. But the position you're holding, I would say just continue to hold it. Could crypto Zoe be right and then your altcoin retrace 30%? It probably could, but just hold it. And if you want to buy some more, then buy some more. Traditionally, like I said, if you after being through a couple of cycles and doing that stuff that you're probably thinking about doing, like, oh, it's going to retrace 30%, so I'm gonna buy out. I mean, I'm gonna sell out and buy more. We had one play that I talked about in the group today. It's like it's holding strong. That was one of the ones you was like, I'm gonna sell out of it and I'm gonna buy more when it dips. Let me check it right now while I'm on stream and see where it's at. Matter of fact, um, and actually, this happened, I would say, with four of the plays that I'm holding. Like they started going up. And I bet you a lot of people saying, well, let me sell out this about. Yeah, that one's holding strong. And three of the other ones here they're going up right now, to be honest. So that's why I said you can be wrong either way, but I'd rather be wrong, hold my position and have a chance to buy more than to sell it and the price goes up and then I have less of it. But like I said, it's a respected person in the space, and so people may listen to what they have to say on this. But I'm not worried. If Bitcoin is at 68 now, Bitcoin. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If Bitcoin goes to 55K, I'm not selling nothing. I'm not. I'm not selling anything. If anything, I'll just buy more of it. And that's not the me trying to be crypto bro bullish or whatever. I just been through this a couple of times, and so I know how this looks. I know the stuff you're probably thinking about doing. Not saying it's wrong, but I'm just chill. Like you don't stress yourself out. Um, let's see what else I got over here. I already told Crypto Face lost a whole bunch of money. Oh, let's talk about this one. No, I'm sorry, I am laughing. Once again, you heard me talk about this person quite a bit. So Capo, Lord forgive me. Uh, so so Capo has been bearish the whole time. He's been saying Bitcoin is going to retrace. Like y'all need to sell your altcoins. Then at one point he was all the way out the market, and he had he said he had nothing in the market and he sold out. All of a sudden, I believe it was yesterday, he said quick scalp long idea and validation on the chart. So Capo apparently yesterday decided to long Bitcoin or whatever, and then that's when the retracement had happened. That's why I say don't be trying to trade the market. Yeah, and a lot of people might think that he's a genius trader. He has a huge following, but the whole time he's bearish, and then all of a sudden when he becomes bullish, the market retraces. So listen, I'm just giving y'all examples. Yeah, same boring stuff every day, but I'm giving you guys an example of what happens in this in the market. Da, 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 da. Oh, that's a kind of funny story, but I'm gonna leave that one alone. So I talked about gaming conference. Oh, that's I need to check into that. I did not look into deep into this because honestly, even though it's a big project in the space, IMX is having a main at hard fork or whatever. So I know they're supposed to be, bringing on, the whole Z case. Let me see if I can find an article on this. I was just looking at the news earlier, but I know they're supposed to be integrating with ZK and all that stuff or whatever. So um, I gotta update myself on that story. But what I will say is, on the 25th, we do have the Dokkan. I just said Dokkan. Um, should be able to pull something up on this. But we have the Dokkan trial coming up. If you haven't heard about it yet, the Terra Luna collapse or whatever, that's who Dokkan is. So his trial is coming up at the end of the month, and so is Sam Bankman-Fried's his sentencing. I think is around the 27th, 28th, or something like that. It's at the end. Both of these are at the end of the month. So I see these as they can be bullish because it could be like one of those things where I know a lot of people like these guys or whatever, but it could be one of those things where people like, okay, we're getting some justice on these two people that messed up people in crypto, and it could be like a bullish sign of people saying that okay, maybe all the bad actors are out of the space now, and maybe the crypto market could take off. So, I'm not trying to be a predictionist either, like I said, but with all these people saying, "Oh, it's about to be bearish" or whatever, you can get a quick bearish correction, and then this news comes out, which is in about 10 days for about both of them, and then the market could start flying, and then you looking stupid on the sidelines because you don't have anything in the market. Not to mention the halving is whether people say it's next month or in May. So yeah, that's don't be trying to trade the market, man, because you got all this stuff coming up. So this is stuff you guys need to know. A lot of people think Sam Bankman-Fried is going to get off scotch free. We don't know what's going to happen. Um, and another thing, this is just a note, because I see a lot of people doing it. I'm gonna say it again because it's going to come at you. If some of you probably just joined my Patreon, beware of this whole. These are the hottest games this cycle. That can be the next Axie Infinity. If, like I said, if they launched at $500 million, what games are you going to make out of that? I heard one person. I'm not going to say no names, but I heard one person slip up on their stream yesterday, and there's a saying old people say, if it's in your mind, it'll come out. You'll say it out loud. And they keep saying it, but they don't. I think they're not realizing it. It's what I've been telling you, but it's in their mind that all I need is a 5x because I'm already up 120x on this play, and all I need is a 5x to be a 500x for me. And so that's what I'm saying. So I'm gonna say what they are. Forget it, man. I don't even care. The pixels, the portals, and all that kind of stuff. They launch high, and the people who got into those are already up astronomically. They only need a 5 or 10x to get a 1,000 or maybe 2,000x on these plays, but they're going to be pushed to you as. But guys, these are the most bullish plays of the cycle. Like if you're looking for a 10x, you probably can definitely get a 10x out of these, maybe a 20x. Maybe they do go crazy, and like I always say, if they do go crazy, that just means my plays are going to make more money. But yeah, they slipped up. If you some of you guys, I know some of you guys watch other streamers too. Y'all know who I'm talking about, but they keep slipping up and saying it like this could 5x from here. Since when have you ever whenever you ever heard a YouTuber try to convince you and hype you up with a 5x? So that lets you know that the calculations are in their head, but they don't realize out loud. They keep saying 5x, but to them that's 500x. So yeah, get in the group, get in the Patreon, and we'll get you some that you can get your 100x's on, and stuff like that. But yeah, be very aware of this hottest games. These are the Axie Infinities. These are have a lot of bullish sentiment around them or whatever. Because I know I've been tracking some of these plays for a minute, and I will say like Portal. I know for a fact Portal was not supposed to launch like that high, and then it just came out stupid high. Like then you got the airdrops and all that stuff. So be careful with that stuff. And what I was really trying to say, beware of the hottest games, because I think two of them that I even liked that I was following and I see people trying to shield now. I see a lot of funky stuff going on. I'm not even gonna say it out loud, but I see a lot of funky stuff going on with two of these plays, especially one of them, making me realize that I think it's going to be like the pixels and the portals or whatever. And what we thought these things were launching at are not what they're probably going to launch at. Is a lot of foul stuff going on. And I keep trying to use the example of how in the traditional finance with stocks, we have this thing called accredited investor. which means, let me say what it is. It means you got to be rich to get richer. The rich get to get in early, and then you in retail get left the scraps, and you thinking, oh, I'm cool because I got stocks and blah blah blah. But you don't realize these accredited investors, these rich people, have gotten in much further than you did. People are starting to bring that mentality and that tactic over into crypto. And if you're not aware of what's really going on, you think you're getting in on a good play because this is crypto. This is where the poor man can get rich, and this is where retail can have a benefit because we don't have to be an accredited investor. But they're bringing those tactics over here now. Oh yeah, I was supposed to change the mic today. I didn't get a chance to, but hopefully you guys are still hearing me. I saw somebody say the volume is low. But yeah, they're bringing that same tactic over here, and like I said, a lot of, and I think I was sitting back early too, so sorry. But a lot of the plays that I was bullish on, I think these things are going to launch pretty high, and they got some stuff going on behind the scenes that it's not what I was hoping it would be, but it's all good. But that's why I see you got other plays, and so that's why you can't rely always on the plays that you're waiting to come out. You got to dig you deep. I mean, dig in deep and find stuff that's on the market or other stuff that's coming out that's going to be good. For the Patreon, the group, or for yourself to invest in when you're doing your research. And let me say this: a lot of people, and I'm not trying to make this a competition thing, but a lot of people that even have YouTube channels and groups and patrons, they don't have enough conviction. They would see it as like, oh, look at Crypto Zoe. He's telling his people to buy. They don't have enough conviction to even tell you guys when to buy because they're scared to be wrong. I'm never afraid to be wrong. Um, and I'm telling you, there's no bigger syndrome in this market. No, there's probably a bigger one, but this is a big syndrome in the market. Is, dang man, I should have bought that dip. Yeah, you should have bought the dip, but what you were hoping that it was going to go deeper. So that's why I'm not afraid, especially with the plays that we're in, to tell people like, hey, these plays right here, like, let's go ahead and buy these. They can go lower, but let's go ahead and get in these. Like, some people don't have that conviction. They're going to think it's funny that I put on here a thumbnail to, it's time to go shopping. It is. It's time to go shopping. We got a dip here. I'm not worried about whether Bitcoin goes to 60K, 57K, or 55K, or none of that stuff. I know we gotta have a good entry now, and whatever happens in the long term, we won't even remember this. Like when I say you won't remember it, I'm gonna bring it back up. And I'm like, yeah, you remember when they did that dip? And you're gonna be like, nah, I don't, because I'm making money now. Like, you're not gonna remember this stuff. So you're not going to remember that you didn't get the best price. And usually we do get the best price. I see on a lot of these plays, we got the best price. Um, but it's not going to be every play that you're going to be able to do that. But in the long run, you'll be glad that you got in, and you won't have that syndrome of saying, man, I wish I would have bought that dip. Because I've seen like 3 or 4 of you already do it. And, I've seen 3 or 4 of you already do it on different dips. Like, man, I should have bought that dip, man. You think we going to get another one? Or like, you should buy this one. Then I see them do it the second time. Man, I should have bought this dip. You think we going to get another one? And the cycle continues. So if you see a really good dip, especially on like an altcoin that you were looking at, you see a 10, 15, 20% dip, you should take advantage of that. You shouldn't, if you see a 10 to 15% dip, you should not be saying, well, it could go 30. Like, come on, stop being greedy. Like, go ahead and get a position into it, or buy some more of whatever you that you're looking at. So yeah, this is I thought I was gonna be short. I'll be running my mouth. I don't care. Trying to keep your head in the game. The most important thing is keeping your head in the game. I'll make this last reference. Like, I played a lot of sports, right? And there's always the people who are worried about the play they messed up on. They missed the layup. Like, that's a layup. I should have made the layup. It wasn't like I was taking a three. And then once their head gets out of the game, that's the person that really loses. It's not about having the most points or whatever. Or like I said all the time, for one, I tell the plays to my Patreon. If y'all expect me to tell all the great plays on the YouTube channel, then you're sadly mistaken, because I'm trying to accumulate these plays, and I'm trying to get my Patreon members a chance to accumulate. So like I said, by taunting me, by not talking about plays on the channel, like, you're not phasing me, because I'm guarantee you're in a group that's buying our bag. So you can't taunt me with stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just trying to make sure, everybody's mindset is in the game. And if you're not in the Patreon, if you come just to watch the YouTube channel, you're getting some good perspective and how to think about investing in this market. Chuck Lemaine said, appreciate the alert in the paid content, straight money move. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, even I saw like 2 of them that I talked about, that I put alert out about. They immediately started going up. Granted, they are, decently low or whatever. But it was a good time to buy. I'm not sitting here like everybody was saying it could go lower, but we could go to 57K. whatever. I'm of the belief that let me say this. I'm of the belief that we could definitely get one good smack, like one good pow, like punch to the head where we get like a 35% drop. But I am of the belief also with all these ETFs and a lot of people becoming more bullish on it that they're buying up these 10 to 15% dips. Like I said yesterday, a 10 to 15% dip to them is crazy. Like 5% is good for these guys who are used to stocks, right? 10, 15% dips, they're in like heaven right now, like milk and honey, straight up heaven for them. So yeah, we can get a smack with 20 or 30% dip, but I'm thinking this 10 to 15% range is where we're gonna be at. That's all I can say. Like if I see a sale on the token, I'm gonna buy some. If it dips some more, I'll buy some more. So yeah, I'm glad that you appreciate the alert this morning and the perspective that I try to bring you guys. Yeah. PC said, happy start to a new day. It is. Once again, I had a lot on my plate this morning. And even though I didn't get back to get all the articles and stuff, I'm pleased with um, how my morning went. A lot of times we all get pressured, including myself, between you guys who are subscribed to the YouTube and those who are in the Patreon. We get so pressured about what other people want out of us. And that's it's a sure way to stress yourself out and give yourself a shorter life expectancy. So I even tell myself like, man, do I want to get 10 and 15 articles for these guys every day and give them all the alpha I can. But sometimes you got to realize you have a lot on your plate. Some of y'all don't realize what the stuff I had on my plate this morning. Most people wouldn't even came to stream at all. They would have been like, yeah, we're not streaming today. But I still try to come on here and talk about what I can and make sure your head is in the game. Make sure you guys are not panicking too much. Because I've panicked before. Like when you new to crypto, you like, what the world? Like I just had $3,000. Why, how do I have 1,800 now? You know what I mean? So I just try to make sure you guys are staying calm. That's why I come here and just try to reiterate some of the stuff I already talked about. As he said, thanks for this morning input about the phantom wallet scams. Oh yeah. That's I do. That's why I try to offer in the group. Some people see it as small, but that could really help you. I know one of the Patreon members really got messed up, and they talk about it. And I love that every time I see something happening in the phantom space, that person always steps in and try to console the person who may have just got messed up or just try to present the knowledge that they have through their experiences. That's what we're here for, to tell people our experiences and make sure that they keep their head in the game and they're making the right moves and stuff. And we can talk about all the microcaps all day, and that's cool. But making sure you keep your head in the game, you're not panicking. That's for your health, your mental health, and for your financial health, right? To not be like, oh, I think I should sell right now, and then you lose out or whatever. Lucas said, "What's happening, is, oh brother? Hope you're well and your family is doing well." Yeah. We just actually that's why I said I had a lot going on this morning. We had a what was looking like a very big problem, like family thing, and it pretty much got solved this morning. So that's what I was dealing with this morning. Even though I was trying to talk to you guys in the Patreon or whatever. So I think we got the problem solved. I'm gonna see when I get off stream if we have solidified that, but yeah, the family's doing well. I'm doing well. Crypto Let said, bro, your volume is always a little low. I'm gonna fix that. I like the mic is right there. Really, all I have to do is hook it up. It does use more power though. But and I think like I said, I think I was sitting back. Let me know in the comments if the volume is better now. Probably because I was sitting back. I'd be relaxed on my stream. I know everybody be trying to look all business like they're hedge fund manager stuff. I just be chilling, man. As long as you get the information is what I care about. But yeah, I will. You're right, Crypto Ledge. I'll try to get on that volume thing. Natty said, "Morning fam, do you believe in holding even if you see a 30?" Oh yeah, I talked about it earlier. Yeah, I'm chill with that. I'm holding. I'm just trying to buy more. For one, because like I said, because even at least for me, because I'm mainly trying to study new projects, and it takes a lot more time than people think. And I haven't been liking the stuff I'm seeing lately. But actually, I think, well, yeah, I'll talk about that later. But I do have two good ones that I'm looking at as far as buying. Uh, but as far as the dipsy, I don't be having time to be watching the market like that. Even when my portfolio, I remember one day my portfolio went up like it was like crazy, and I didn't even notice it until like the next day. But and that might sound alarming to some people. They're like, "Oh, he not even paying attention to the market." Like I am, but I'm confident in what I'm holding. I don't have time to be trading in and out. But anyway, let me read your question in full. You said, "So do you believe in holding even if you see 30-40% dips in your portfolio project versus selling at local tops to buy more stuff during the dips?" I mean, it's a case by case. scenario really. I do try to, mention that stuff in the Patreon. I will try to more to mention that stuff. Um, but I usually I'm holding. Like I said, if I see something, like if I have a play that went up like 30 to 40, 50x or whatever, I will take some out of that to put in other projects. But mostly I'm pretty comfortable where I'm at in all my positions, and I'm just usually looking to buy some more of it. Because even in that moment when I'm sitting at the computer, I'm like, okay, how much do I pull out? Like that's a little bit more stress than I want, because I your brain can only make so many decisions per day. That's why I see a lot of studies on that. Like when people wake up in the morning and they automatically start consuming social media, you're using so much of your brain power on stupid stuff early in the morning. So I try to save that brain power. So trying to decide what trade to make is usually, it's not the thing I want to be doing. I want to spend that time focusing on, am I thinking clearly about this new play that I want to buy or that I'm looking at for the Patreon or whatever? And, I want to use my brain power there. 40% dip is kind of crazy, but look, by the time you get to a 30-40% dip, like, is it even worth it? Like, just kind of hold and buy some more and wait till it goes back up. That's how I see it. I think it's done well for me when I really started implementing that last cycle. It just seemed to work better for me. Like I said, I had a dip like 2 or 3 days ago, and when I bought the dip, and like when it goes back up to where you actually, it didn't even go back to where I first bought it, but it's like you have so much more of it. So I'm always just buying on the dips, really. Hopefully that answered your question. Fly75 said, join the Patreon. Never in 3 cycles have I even thought about joining a Patreon, but I support my own. Let's get it, champ. Oh yeah, man. It's gonna be dope, man. We had a couple of good play. Now, some of you guys are getting in later, so you didn't get in some of the crazy ones that we got into like early, and that already had the 40 and 60 and 50 X's or whatever, but they're coming. They're definitely coming with the plays we got in now. And a couple of them are already moving. So I'm telling you, it's really just the beginning, seriously. But I appreciate that, Fly 75. Stefano said, or Di Stefano, hopefully I'm saying that correctly. What do you think about Drift and Camino airdropped? I did the airdrop work. Should I hold or dump them once received? Is that Camino like the is that like the step to earn joint? Let me see. I know a lot of people like that, and they see it as kind of like a deep end play. I think that's what you're talking about. Some of these I have in my head, and some of them. I don't know if I'm. Wait, what's going on here? I can't really say. I haven't been keeping up Camino like that. But as far as drift, if you're talking about the one I'm thinking about, yeah, I would probably hold on to that. I don't know where the. Oh, I thought I heard something. Um, that's not even out yet, is it? No, I don't think so. I would probably, if we talking about the same drift, I would probably hold on to that one. I probably can revisit this question later. My head is like pounding right now from this morning. But like I said, I'm glad we got that solved. But I'll revisit that Di Stefano. Um, oh, you the airdrop, you doing all the airdrops. I wish I could, but I just stick with my Celestia ones, man. Like really. Fly75 said, "Where do I navigate Patreon buy alerts?" Well, Fly, have you been in there? Send me a DM right now, Fly75. Um, I thought it was, I thought you could see them, but yeah, just hit me up in the DMs right now. I'll answer it when I get off stream. As far as helping you out, looking around and stuff. Wait, let me see what happened. Did you just get in there? Is that what's going on? Let me see. Because I know by the time I read your answer, I might. Oh, so you just got in there? Okay, I got you. As soon as we get off stream, when it's not gonna be long. Um, yeah, I'll get you straight, Fly. Um, let me see here. Cayuse said, "Hi, hey, what's up? How you doing?" Tad Ape said Sam Bankman Fried should be staying in prison, but what they don't understand is that his parents are lawyers. That in Palo Alto, that is the ultra rich, so it is a coin toss. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been saying it too as well. I feel like he was the pawn. I feel like it was like, oh, you got the innocent face, and I feel like they used him. I don't know if he know he was used, but like I said, I know a lot of people don't like him, but I feel like he was just a pawn. Dude doesn't seem to be all the way there in the head for me, to be honest. I feel like they was like, hey man, let's just do this little lick for us and we'll get you off. Whether it's because they wanted to buy Solana cheaper or like, I sorry, I'm not on his side. I'm not advocating for him, but I do think he was a pawn. He was just used to pull the strings that people wanted, to make the things happen that they wanted to happen. Taddy said, "You and me, we'd be in jail for life. Sam Bankman-Fried might get off due to his uber rich lawyer fam." Yeah, he definitely could. He definitely could. A lot of people have been saying that. No, excuse me, no actuary, not science, actuary. And let me say this about actuary. I'm trying to figure out a way to say it on stream. So, what I work in the film industry as well, and so I ran into the showrunner, and pretty much showrunner is like the writer who created the show. They like wrote the pilot for they created the show. It's their idea. They wrote the pilot for it. And then they run the show just like it says. So they hire the different directors, producers, and stuff. They run the show anyway. But I was talking to him, and he said he went to school to be an actuary as well, and then he put me onto something that I didn't know. So the thing about it being an actuary is when you come out, you pretty much guaranteed a job. But what people don't know is they have like the highest rate of unlifing themselves because it's just a lot of pressure. You tell people the wrong financial moves to make, and is I'm not saying like you guys are, but you're individuals. But we're talking about $1 billion companies, and you're telling them what financial moves to make, and then it comes out wrong, like they're coming after your head. I don't know if a lot of you guys watch like Ozark, but if you see the beginning of Ozark, like how those first two episodes go, like yeah, it could go very much like that in that world. So I'm glad I didn't go into the field because, to be honest, it would be a lot of pressure, a lot of stress. The fact that found out that like they were like the number one career for unlifing themselves, I was like, well, I'm glad I didn't get into that. But yeah, glorified financial advisor, whatever you want to call it, because I did it to impress the girl, not the girl, but the family of the girl I was dating at the time. And I was going to school for math to begin with, and then I switched over to finances and actuary because it looked like this super career or whatever that they would approve of or whatever because they didn't approve of my entertainment career. They said it's not a real job or whatever. But yeah. Chuckle Main said selling on a 40% dip is crazy unless it's a bear market or a tax play. Yeah, 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 definitely, definitely. Lucas says, "Zo, I have $1,200 to stick into memes as I don't like them, but do you recommend I get 5 of your memes as long term plays as I usually trade memes, not hold them?" I'll look at see where some of them are now. It's like, well, I'm about to be off the stream in a minute, so I'm gonna get squared away, and then I'll get in there and like look at them and see where they are. But I believe the ones I'm in are definitely long term plays, and they've already done pretty well. Luke said, just as I don't feel safe deploying on low cap memes, so don't want to deploy as much into long term hold for memes. Yeah, I do believe. I believe the ones I got into are, like I said, I mean, because it's the side money. It's not even in the portfolio, like you said. So, yeah, I believe the ones I am are definitely going to rip and going to be long termish. So, yeah, Tad Ape said time to start short on ARB. Probably should have started that about 3 days ago. You probably would have did really well too. But I mean, it's the unlocks coming tomorrow, so we're gonna see how the market plays it. We like I said, we can't go off just our perspective. We got to see how everybody else is doing it. But like I said, this is a relaxed stream. I had a lot of family and business stuff to take care of this morning. I'm surprised I even came to the stream. Um, but I care about you guys and I want to make sure everybody's like stable in mind. And even in the Patreon, I can only type so much. So this is like my YouTube channel is not from trying to lure other people into the Patreon, or, and stuff like that. I notice how a lot of people use it. I'm here to talk to the people that's been rocking with me in the Patreon and make sure we can have a dialogue with each other. If new people get in Patreon, that's up to them because you can only make money. I'm not pressured to get anybody in there, but if you do want to get into Patreon, and I do this probably poorly every day, and I do it last minute. I know a lot of people do it like 5 times throughout the stream, but if you want to get in Patreon, it's at patreon.com/cryptozo. You just got those paychecks today, so it's a good time to get in. You can make some more money. Well, especially now on this dip, and find some of the good plays that we're in that I really feel like are going to do very well. So yeah, if you want to get into Patreon, patreon.com/cryptozo. If you want to do a lifetime membership, and before the Patreon price and the lifetime membership doubles soon, if you want to go ahead and do that, you can pay in crypto. We can arrange that. I'm sorry. What is the email? I'm pretty sure I could type it out, but every time I try to make sure I just copy paste it so I don't mess it up. because I think the first time I did this, people said they couldn't find it. And I know a couple of you asked about the lifetime membership. So if you want to do that before it doubles in price, like go ahead and do that. But hit me up at that email, and we can arrange, lifetime payment. We'll put you on the list to let the person knows that cuts people out, to let them know you're a lifetime member and you're not, you're not on the monthly or whatever. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out on the stream. Usually I try to make sure these Friday streams are popping and I review a whole lot of plays, but maybe you can tell my energy is kind of down. It was a rough morning, as well as seeing this dip and trying to get it in some other place. So I was handling like 5 or 6 things at a time. But yeah, so like if you're watching the stream, want to make some life changing money, join the Patreon. It's cheap right now. The price will double soon. I appreciate you guys rocking with me on a Friday. Hopefully you guys enjoy your weekend. You're buying a dip and getting into some good plays. And if you see it dip some more, just try to buy some more. Yeah, it could go to 57. It could go to 55. We don't know. But we got some sales going on right now. And if you see a 20% sale at Walmart, you're probably going to buy. So it's the same thing in crypto. Enjoy your weekends, guys. And I'll see you next time.